I'm gonna take one strand of hair and put it just out of place for everybody who bitched about it in my Blade Runner 2049 review. There you go. Yeah, that'll drive you nuts, won't it? The Mountain Between Us. So The Mountain Between Us stars Kate Winslet and Idris Elba. They meet in an airport. They both need to get somewhere, but their flights were compromised, so they get in this little charter plane. And of course, it crash lands in the mountains. In the middle of nowhere. So we have a nature versus nurture movie, a survival film. Which is funny, because when I was going into this movie, I was like, the title, The Mountain Between Us, sounds like a romance. It's like, from the person who brought you the Notebook comes The Mountain Between Us. A survival film, yeah! Which is actually a romance. I am saving you from the bait and switch that the trailer set you up for. Now that's not a bad thing. You can have a survival film that is also a romance movie. Castaway, the romance between a man and his volleyball. And it worked. The thing about this movie is, though the cast is strong, Idris Elba and Kate Winslet, both talented, the movie tries to be two things that never actually form into one cohesive film. I didn't feel they had the chemistry the movie wanted us to believe they had together, but they both did fine for the survival aspect of the film. Right when they crash land and about 3 days fly by in no time, I was like, this might be choppy. Then sure enough, there's no real way to tell how much time they were out there until she actually addresses how much time they were out there. You're like, oh my god, Idris Elba's been out there for that long and he has the ability to trim the top of his beard still? Amazing. There's awkward humor in the movie that doesn't really work. I mean, sometimes it does work, sometimes it's charming and endearing. A lot of the time though, it just fell flat. This movie has a formula to it, a very simple formula. They get into an argument with each other, they get irritated, then they make up, then they move along, then they stop to rest, then they get into an argument with each other and just rinse and repeat. The first time Idris Elba kind of snaps at Kate Winslet, there's no real build up to it, and I believe they were there in one confined space for quite a while, but the movie doesn't actually properly address time and how long they've been there. So it just looks like he snaps at her and he looks like a dick. Though in his situation, maybe any of us would do the same thing. And then the wrap up is happening and the movie just keeps going on. It was the Return of the King ending, man, minus the 12-hour epic preceding it. The movie loses me in the small details, everything from the fact that neither of them really packed gear for snow because they were just going from one airport to the other. And although I'll buy the fact that maybe there was some gear on the plane, no one lost any toes, and I find that strange. Since when I was a kid and I would wear boots made for snow and my feet would freeze after about a half an hour of playing in the snow. Say nothing for walking chest deep in the stuff. In the mountain. Then the movie just wraps up and you're like, alright, I'm probably not gonna remember this movie in T-1 day. Yep, already forgot. Alright guys, so The Mountain Between Us, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite survival movie? Mankind versus nature, nature versus nurture. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.